At Monday morning's pre-cabinet press briefing, Investment Minister Dr. Ernest Hilaire addressed concerns about the European Union's new CBI regulations for Caribbean nations. Speaking to the media, he explained the previous mechanisms in place and noted that the new measure is merely an additional layer of protection for the EU.
It explains that the EU will first say to a country that we have X problem, we have seen an acceleration of a certain incidence of a certain behavior or actions or whatever, and you should act on it. If the country does not act on it, the EU then will give them a period over which to solve the problem, or else they will use visa access. So the first thing, they notify you, then they serve notice on you that if you don't do something about it, they will remove visa-free access, and then if still you do nothing about it, they will remove the privilege you have of visa-free access for your nationals and citizens. So that exists.
The new visa suspension mechanism can now be triggered by a rise in serious criminal offenses linked to nationals of a country, a breakdown in the EU's external relations with that country, or a significant increase in legal arrivals, followed by irregular entry into member states.
What the EU is doing now, the EU is saying, look, we have noticed that we've recognized the possibility for people with CIP citizenships to come into the EU and seek asylum. And therefore, because they have visa-free access, they can come in, and when they are in, they will claim asylum. So we want to put measures in place. If that should happen, then we can serve notice that, look, there is an escalation in persons with CIP passports seeking asylum, if it happens, and to alert the countries to do something about it, and if they do nothing about it, then to waive visa-free access. So what the EU is doing really is to add CIP to the existing list of persons that can qualify, can be asked to, countries that can be asked to take action because their citizens are violating the rules of the EU.
Dr. Hilaire conceded the EU's concerns, acknowledging the rationale behind the action.
In my view, understandable why they're doing it, because if, for example, they say countries that have refugee problems, that's one category. I'm just giving you for illustrative purposes. That already exists, and there are procedures for that. But the countries that issue CIP citizenships are not on the list. So it's not a basis for them to waive, not waive, but to remove your visa-free access privileges. So now they add in the CIP as one of the reasons. So if persons from CIP countries are abusing the visa-free, and they're going into the EU and seeking asylum, using the fact that they are visa-free, then the EU can say to the country, hey, a problem has developed. Can you deal with that? And if you don't deal with it, then they will waive it.
Is there any cause for concern for us as citizens?
No. I mean, I know the Prime Minister went to the EU last year, and they had no issue with us. And we will again go and visit them, like a diplomatic visit, just to make sure there are no issues in St. Lucia.
According to St. Lucia's investment minister, the island's Citizenship by Investment program has a robust due diligence process that undergoes constant scrutiny and adjustments to ensure its integrity. Hilaire emphasized that open dialogue and communication with the European Union further strengthened the program's accountability, transparency, and overall framework. Lucia Alfred, HTS News Force.